Hi, I'm Randy Reed, editor of the Edison Report, and we are here at NYControlled 2025, and I'm joined by Joe McGrath, the sales director East Coast for Avi-On. Joe, welcome.
Thanks, Randy. Great to be here.
Thank you for joining me, and I've taken a quick walk around. Tell me about lockdown mode.
Well, as you know, you've been doing this for a while. Lighting controls are a lot more capable now than ever. Can do so much more than just control the lights or just comply with code. And lockdown mode is a great example of that. It's kind of a feature set that comes with another product of ours that's called floor plan view.
Floor plan viewing?
Floor plan view, which is a graphical user interface. So it's intended to let facility operators control the lights in a very intuitive way, easily understood way, and it's web-based, so they can do it from any laptop, anywhere essentially. And the changes they make happen in real time because it syncs up with our cloud, the Avi-On cloud.
Okay.
So that's floor plan view. What emergency lockdown mode does is, with a single input, the push of a button or an alarm system input, it can put the entire building into a kind of a pre-programmed state in case of a critical incident. So a security breach, active shooter, God forbid, right, in a school or an office building.
Okay, let's talk about that. Let's use this example. So we're at Metropolitan Pavilion. Let's just assume that your software were in here, and God forbid there was this active, I'm not going to say it because it hurts me to say it, incident.
Yeah.
What would happen if your software were in here?
So the lights would go, again, with one input. So it could be an alarm system or a panic button, right? The red button in the principal's office or the facility office. The lights go to a preset level. It could be off, it could be a dimmed level, or some mixture, right? It's customizable. Any occupancy sensors or wall switches are overridden. So if there is in fact an intruder, they can't just go over and turn the lights back on, right? But the occupancy sensors are still reporting motion, so that first responders, law enforcement, they're seeing this floor plan view, and in real time they're seeing where the motion's occurring. So in a place like this, it might be I think a clear example might be a school where they could see movement going on in classrooms where teachers and students are trained to shelter in place. But then if they see movement in hallways, that could potentially be an intruder. They could send in law enforcement.
So how would the first responders have access to the system?
Well, it's on a login basis. You know, the security protocols all apply, and there would be training up front that had to do with that. But you know, it gives first responders, law enforcement, it gives them data easy to visualize that could potentially save lives. They could make lit paths of egress for known safe. They could light up known safe areas. So it's potentially a very powerful tool.
Okay. Is this on the market now?
It is. Yep.
Okay. Well, I will tell you, I find that fascinating, and the fact that we're doing, I think, lighting now, we're kind of out of the energy business to some extent. We're lighting more for quality of light.
Yep.
You're saving lives.
Potentially.
You're potentially saving lives.
Way more capable than just code compliance.
Right. All right. Well, Joe, a pleasure.
Thanks,
Thank you.